Today, we are going to do a deep dive into the anatomy of Indian fried chicken. We're going to break down every single layer, every spice, every technique to really understand the science and, the art behind this absolutely incredible dish. So, let's get right into it.
So what is it? What makes this chicken so addictive and so beloved all around the world? I promise you, it's about so much more than just, throwing some chicken in a fryer. It is a multi-step, flavor-packed process that completely transforms a simple piece of chicken into something extraordinary.
This right here really just puts it all into perspective. You've got your standard fried chicken, which, don't get me wrong, can be delicious, but it's often pretty simple. A basic brine, a single flour coating. But on the other side, you've got Indian fried chicken. And that's not just one thing. It's a whole world of styles, from the fiery red, totally snackable chicken 65 you find in the South, to the hearty, chickpea flour-coated Amritsari chicken from Punjab. Each one is its own universe of flavor, built on these complex marinades and very specific blends of flour.
And that journey to incredible fried chicken, well, it starts way before the fryer even gets hot. It all begins with the absolute cornerstone of the dish, the marinade.
See, this isn't just about adding a little salt and pepper. An Indian marinade is an active participant in the process. It's got two critical jobs. First, it has to tenderize the meat, making it unbelievably succulent and juicy. And second, it's got to infuse the chicken with layer upon layer of aromatic flavor right from the inside out.
And this is where it gets super interesting, because there are two major philosophies at play here. Up in the north, for a dish like Amritsari chicken, the marinade often uses egg and flour. This creates this thick batter that basically acts as a binder, a glue for the outer coating. But if you head south for some chicken 65, you'll find a marinade that's based on yogurt or curd, and the lactic acid in that yogurt, it's a fantastic natural tenderizer, breaking down the proteins to give you incredibly moist chicken.
Okay, have you ever wondered how dishes like chicken 65 get that iconic fiery red color? Well, here's the secret. It's actually not about insane levels of heat. It's all about one specific spice, Kashmiri chili powder. Unlike a lot of other chilies, this one is prized for its low heat and its incredibly high concentration of something called carotenoid pigments. That's what gives it that stunning, vibrant red color without, completely torching your taste buds.
So we flavored and tenderized the chicken. Now it's time to build its crispy, crunchy armor. This is where all that amazing texture is born.
Now, unlike a simple all-purpose flour dredge, Indian recipes often use a whole blend of different flours, and each one has a very specific job. You've got besan, which is chickpea flour, and that adds this distinct, nutty, savory flavor. Rice flour, that's the secret to a light but kind of gritty, super crisp texture. And then there's cornstarch, which gives you that delicate, almost shatteringly thin crunch. The combination is just pure genius.
And here is a little pro secret for you. For those of you who really want that restaurant quality crunch at home. The key to a coating that stays crispy long after it comes out of the oil is a tiny pinch of baking soda. What it does is create these tiny little air bubbles in the batter, which results in a lighter, much longer-lasting crispiness. It's a game changer.
But timing is everything. You have to add starches like cornstarch and rice flour to the marinated chicken right before you're ready to fry. If you add them too early, they're just going to absorb moisture from the marinade, and you'll completely lose that perfect crispy potential. So remember, you coat just before you fry.
All right, the chicken is marinated and it's coated. Now for the main event, the moment of transformation. It's time for the trial by fire. For an absolutely shatterproof, extra crispy exterior, a lot of pros use what's called the double fry technique. The first fry, on a medium heat, is all about cooking the chicken all the way through. Then you let it rest. This allows moisture from the inside to escape. The second fry, which is really quick and at a higher temperature, is all about creating that final golden, ultra-crispy crust. Of course, as you can see right here, deep frying gives you the absolute ultimate crunch. But hey, it's not the only way to do it. Air frying has become a super popular alternative. It gives you a really nicely crisped, browned exterior while using way less oil, making it a much healthier option without sacrificing too much of that satisfying texture we all love. But we're not done yet. With most fried chicken, the journey ends when it leaves the oil. With Indian fried chicken, this is where the grand finale really begins. Seriously, this final flourish is the magic step. It elevates the dish from being just delicious to being absolutely unforgettable. It adds this final explosive layer of aroma and flavor that hits you right at the end. So what does this look like? Well, it could be a tadka,
where spices, garlic, and curry leaves are sizzled in hot oil and then poured right over the fried chicken. It could be a garnish of fresh, crispy fried curry leaves and green chilies. A squeeze of lemon juice is almost always essential to cut through that richness. And sometimes there's a final dusting of a secret masala blend that provides one last hit of aroma right before you take a bite.
So when you really break it all down, the anatomy of the perfect bite is this simple but really powerful formula. A deep marinade for flavor and tenderness, a complex coating for amazing texture, a precise fry for that perfect crispiness, and a final flourish for that aromatic explosion.
Which leaves us with this final thought. When you consider all the chemistry of the marinades, the physics of the multi-flour coatings, and the absolute art of the final tempering, you kind of have to ask, is this the most sophisticated, most thoughtfully engineered fried chicken in the entire world? I'll let you be the judge of that. Thanks for joining us.